Welcome to the STARS program, seniors taking active roles in society. And now, here's your host, ANITA FINLEY.
Well, this show is going to be very helpful to people because the biggest question that I hear from all seniors and boomers, actually, people who are just getting in that age where they're going to be having Medicare insurance, they want to know a lot of things. And, of course, I don't know the things, and I have to refer them to the smartest people I know, and that would be, of course, Apple Insurance and Financial Services. So today, SHARON ZILBERMAN, who is the Vice President for Operations for Apple Insurance and Financial, going to talk to us about it. Hello, and thank you for joining us today.
Thank you so much for having us. We're always honored to be part of your show.
Well, it's our honor, actually, but you do. I know that Rick, of course, does a great job, and for people who are going to be coming to the Boomer Expo, you will see this great group right in the center of the whole hall because they do, it's like almost a little performance that you have all these people there, and they're also the camaraderie with them and with the guests who come. Not everyone does this, SHARON, and I must applaud your group.
Thank you so much. We, Apple Insurance, has been in business for about 10 years. And what makes us a little different than other organizations is the relationship. So what you're seeing at these expos and what our clients see when we're working with them is that relationship in process. We like to put a name to the phone call or to the appointment so that somebody who is out there looking for either a Medicare plan or a long-term care plan or any of our other insurances that we carry, they know that they have a specific person that they can go to and not deal with an 800 number and get lost in all kinds of things. So when we come to your expos, we bring our agents that are working in this capacity so that people can actually see the person that they're talking to.
Yeah, that's a great idea. And the other thing, of course, is for people to be well informed. And that I know that Rick has spoken before about the training you make everyone go through.
Yes, especially when it comes to Medicare. As many people know, Medicare season just ended. The enrollment period for 2019 was from October 15th through December 7th. But I have great news to share about that.
Okay.
Florida Blue, which is, Apple Insurance is the local contracted agency for Florida Blue, we are extremely proud to announce that we are a 5-star company. And people in the know recognize that all Medicare Advantage plans, regardless of who they are offered by, the Medicare program rates all health and prescription drug plans each year based on a plan's quality and performance. So what's great about a Medicare star rating is it lets you know how good a job a company is doing. There are two types of star ratings. One is an overall star rating that combines all of the scores. I'm happy to announce that we have hit the highest level, a 5-star level. What that means is that our members rated our plans and services and care at the highest level. Our doctors that we have on our plan detect illnesses and keep members healthy the best. And our plan is also rated on how our members use and recommend safe prescription medications. So it's very hard to achieve a 5-star. There are only 2 companies in the state that have achieved a 5-star rating for going into 2019.
Really?
Florida Blue is one of them for our HMO products. What that means for us as a company is that our Medicare season did not end. As a 5-star, one of the privileges of being a 5-star company and plan is that you can write Medicare all season. So if there's somebody out there who maybe missed their enrollment period or somebody who is now trying to get an appointment on their new plan and they're not able to get an appointment for months or they're having trouble with referrals, they are allowed to come to Florida Blue at any time in the year in 2019.
That's unusual. That's very exciting.
It's very exciting, and we are extremely proud of it. We're proud of our doctors, we're proud of the Florida Blue Company, and we're mostly proud of our agents that have assisted our members in such a way that our members have rated us the highest level.
Yeah, so now when people first come into the business, of course, they start with no stars, and they work themselves up, but you've been in business 10 years, right?
Well, we've been in business for 10 years, but Florida Blue, because Apple Insurance is a contracted agency for Florida Blue, Florida Blue has been in the Medicare business for over 70 years. However, in the last 5 years, Florida Blue has really tried to enter the market for Medicare to make our plans more competitive with some of the other carriers out there. So to be a 5-star company and a 5-star plan is the work of many individuals to do it. And Florida Blue is lucky enough that we were able to achieve that.
Okay, so let's now talk about it. If I were to start to join you as an insurance agent, what do you do with me, and what do I have to know?
Well, you have to know everything. And so in order to do that, the training that we do is a combination of digital training, in-person training. Florida Blue itself has training that they required training that we have to do. Of course, the state and federal government require certain trainings every year. So all in all, it's about 100 hours of training that you need to complete each year. It's not just, I came on board with you and I'm going to teach you everything that there is about Florida Blue. There are government requirements, local state requirements, and then, of course, carrier requirements. In addition to that, because we have over 100 agents working for us, we do twice weekly, we do webinars with all of our agents. They all call in, or they watch us on the computer, and we do continuous training throughout the year. Our biggest goal is for our agents to be experts in our products so that they are selling the products in such a way that it is accurate, true, and easy for the member to understand.
Yeah, it's a very big issue because, you see a lot of television ads, you see a lot of people trying to get people to call them, but I know that you like to have people come see you, is what you were saying. I mean, sure, they can do it over the telephone, but you have a beautiful new office, don't you, in Boca Raton?
We do. Our office is located at 3010 North Military Trail. It is an excellent space. It's very, it's easy to get to. It's easy from 95. It's easy from the Turnpike. And some people do come to our office, but our agents spend a lot of time going out to clients. We want to do whatever is going to be convenient for the member. If someone lives in the area and they want to come to our office, that's fantastic. But if they, especially with a lot of seniors, they don't like driving or, it's hard for them to get, we can meet them at their home. We meet them at clubhouses. We meet them at Dunkin' Donuts or Starbucks,
Right.
Whatever good for them.
Right. Okay, so what are the questions? What generally do we want people to know? Wait a minute, let me tell everybody again. Lovely voice, smart woman, SHARON ZILBERMAN. She's the Vice President of Operations for the 5-star company, Apple Insurance and Financial Services, one of the top Florida Blue agencies in the state of Florida. Florida Blue, everyone knows that name. So tell us about this, SHARON, please.
Okay, so some things to know is that, again, the Florida Blue HMOs are a 5-star. That means that if you run into any issues with your current carrier, if you are not with Florida Blue and you want to be with Florida Blue, you can still make a change into our plan. So that's one thing. The second thing that I really would love your listeners to understand is that as you approach 65, there are a lot of different changes that come into play. You have very different healthcare choices. You have different long-term care choices. You even have choices in terms of accident insurance, critical illness insurance, pet insurance. It's a good time as you reach that milestone to start evaluating all of your insurance. And Apple Insurance and Financial is although we are a local agency for Florida Blue, we also do long-term care, dental and vision, accident insurance, critical illness insurance, homeowners insurance, automobile and watercraft, business and pet insurance. So what we find is that educating our potential clients is the way that they can make an informed decision. And an example that I can give you is our accident insurance. It is a very, very low-cost plan that pays you dollars in the event that you get into an accident. The key component to this accident insurance is you cannot purchase it once you turn 65. So for any of your listeners out there who are not yet 65, for about $18 a month, you can protect yourself for as long as you have the policy. There is no restriction on how long you can keep an accident policy, but there is a restriction on when you can purchase it. And I know from my own family, my own parents, my grandparents, my aunts and uncles, accidents, a slip or a fall, those are things that happen as you get older, and to have this type of insurance that's going to help ease your burden a little bit in terms of co-payments or in terms of your premiums that you might be paying for any different types of services, it's a nice thing to have. There are many people that we've sold this policy to that when they call me when they're 68, 69, and all of a sudden they're getting a check for $5,000, and you know what they're doing with that $5,000? They're going to visit their kids, or they're going on a nice vacation because, you know, their medical care costs a lot less than that, and they have some extra benefits for it.
Right.
So I think.
So I was just going to say, it's so nice to talk to someone, though, who is so smart and so educated, so you can help people make the right decisions.
And that's really what our goal at Apple Insurance and Financial is. We have a lot of members that they retire, and once they retire, their 401k changes, and so there is some opportunity there to do different types of insurances, to roll your 401k into an annuity or to look into long-term care. There are different aspects of having, of turning 65 and the implications that comes to. And although I may not be an expert in each and every one of these services, we have people at Apple Insurance and Financial who are.
Yeah, and let me ask you, you're so smart. What did you do before you joined them?
Oh, thank you so much. Well, I actually joined Rick and Mark 10 years ago when we started Apple Insurance and Financial. Prior to that, I was a headhunter. I worked in the human resource business, and it was in the hotel and retail business. And it was right at the time, if you take away 10 years ago, you can remember when the economy started tanking. People were going through a lot of layoffs in 2008. There were not people who were paying for a service. So I tried to think of a way that I would be able to segue those skills, and Mark and I had a mutual friend. He made an introduction, and the rest is history.
Oh, so it was a great decision.
Yes, it really was. You know, and decisions that you make today in terms of your health insurance and your long-term care and your life insurance, those are decisions that you make that are going to affect the rest of your family and the rest of, you know, and yourself. It's important to make sure that you're making those decisions. If I may, we have another program that I just wanted to bring to everybody's attention.
Okay.
For people who are on a Florida Blue Medicare Advantage plan, regardless of whether it is a HMO or PPO, we have something called Silver Sneakers. Have you heard of that?
Very much so. Yes, these are Silver Sneakers. the exercise. You don't pay for it. It's all part of your program, right?
It is, but Florida Blue has something that's exclusive with Silver Sneakers for this year. We are the only carrier that has it, and it's a program that helps your loved ones with college tuition. Basically, as a Silver Sneakers member, more participating location visits add up to better health. But now, those visits can also add up to college savings for designated students thanks to our partnership with College Save. Basically, how it works is that if you log 7 visits per month to any Silver Sneakers participating location, you can accumulate tuition discount points for actual dollar savings on college tuitions for students that you designate. Now, this would have to be that you would only be able to do this from birth to a junior in high school. You can't do it for your high school seniors, but you can earn up to 1,000 discount points when you sign up for the program, and then monthly you can receive up to 250 points. This is a national membership organization dedicated to providing families innovative benefits and critical information for college education to make it more affordable. Florida Blue is really happy to be sponsoring this program with Silver Sneakers, and it doesn't have to be your grandchildren. It could be your friend's grandchild. It could be your niece or your great niece or your great nephew. Any child that you designate between birth to, I guess, a junior, I guess, is 16, 17 years old, you can let them benefit from the rewards of you getting healthy as well.
It's a great program, and I'll tell you something about it. But before I do, I want to tell everybody again, my guest, is Sharon Zilberman, and she's the Vice President of Operations for Apple Insurance and Financial Services. And let me tell you how you can call them for an appointment. Get your pencils out. Remember, this is Pencil Talk Radio. It's 954-580-8100. Again, 954-580-8100. Or you on the web, you can go to appleinsurance.com. Appleinsurance.com. Is that right, Sharon?
Yes, but we also have a local West Palm number as well for our new office. It's 561-614-2400.
Great.
And either number can get us. We have an office in Fort Lauderdale as well as in Boca Raton.
That's great. Well, I wanted to talk about Silver Sneakers for 1 minute. I remember when they first came on board with some of the HMOs, and that was a great thing that happened, that it was all part of the, of the components of when you get the HMO. But they have grown to such a capacity. It was great that now that they've taken, they're doing this nationally, because our book of the month that's coming up in January, the doctor talks about exercise. Exercise is better than vitamins, better than lots of things. Exercise, and that gives them the right. Then, now for the person who's a member of the Silver Sneakers to be able to have that added bonus, that was a brilliant idea.
Yes, we also, for our supplement members, it is now an add-on to get Silver Sneakers. It's funny, Silver Sneakers is the most requested benefit in the Medicare Advantage plan, and it's the least used.
Oh, people don't realize how important it is, and maybe it's like an apple a day keeps the doctor away. Well, Silver Sneakers a week will keep the doctor away.
Well, I think that one of the things that we are, looking at, and one of the reasons why we did this with the Silver Sneakers college program is because at Apple Insurance, we want to protect you both medically and financially. So therefore, this is a way to help your children, your grandchildren, your nieces, your nephews. So we're very excited about this program, and if maybe that's what's motivating you because you want to help your grandchild, good enough for us.
That's great. I don't know how old you are. Are you married? Do you have grandchildren?
I do not have grandchildren. I am married with 3 children, one recent college grad, like from Sunday, one who is a sophomore and in college, and one who is a freshman in high school.
Right. That's, well, so you're not, but you certainly have the kids. And so it's been, being a mom and working is not easy. Sounds like you've done a good job of that, though.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
So let's get back now. We started the program talking about Medicare and people who are boomers who are thinking about it. How soon should they contact you and sign up?
Well, I think that people should contact us as soon as they start thinking about it. I would say anyone who was born in 1954 or in 1955, the early time of 1955. I think it's time to start looking at these programs, because the more that you plan, the better prepared that you will be. We have a program that we were very excited to roll out called the Road to Medicare. It's a quarterly program that we do at Apple Insurance so that we can educate people on different issues that come up as you're approaching 65. You could sign up for a Medicare plan once you've received your Part A and B card up to 6 months before your birthday, but it's always effective on the first of the month of your birthday. If you were lucky enough to be born on the first of any month, so if your birthday is February 1st, your Medicare becomes eligible on January 1st. But if you were born on February 14th, then your insurance will start on February 1st. So Medicare always starts on the first of your birthday month unless you were born on the 1st, which gives you an extra whole month of Medicare.
Oh, that's interesting, isn't it? So it depends when you were born. That's always dependent on when some kids are born, if they get to go to school or they have to wait for the next time.
Same thing. Yeah,
that's
same
right.
thing.
That's okay. Okay, so I think what we ought to, keep talking about, of course, is, I want to go back to homeowners. You were talking about homeowners insurance. So how do you know how much you should cover your home for? I mean, to make sure if an accident happens, is it generally $100,000 or $200,000? How do you know that? I'm sorry, I threw you a curve.
I will tell you that as a consumer, you don't know that. And the best way to get that answer is to speak to a licensed agent who is who's qualified to answer that question for you for homeowners insurance. So at Apple Insurance and Financial, we have a separate division called Apple P&C, which is property and casualty. The 3 licensed agents who work here, when you can reach them at our 561-614-2400 and ask to speak to Brett, Amy, or Larry, they will answer that question for you, and they'll do it in such a way that they'll make sure that you're not overinsured or underinsured. But I, myself, am not licensed in that area, so I can't give you that direct answer. But they can.
Okay, and so it looks like you have different specialists within your company, so they don't all do everything.
No. We don't want to be a jack of all trades. We want to be a master. So we have agents that are masters of individual under 65 policies and plans. We have people who are Medicare qualified. We have our financial services, which is our life, long-term care plans. We have our P&C division, which is our business, homeowners, automobile, and watercrafts. And then we also have our marketing division, which is helping other companies also realize their potential. So Apple Insurance and Financial Services has grown tremendously over the last 10 years, and we keep hoping to add more and more specialists onto our team.
Well, everyone wants to join a five-star company, of course.
Mm-hmm.
And that's and what did it really take to become 5 stars?
Well, for Florida Blue, it took a lot of effort in terms of designating high-performing network doctors into our plan, working with doctors groups that were more efficient at keeping somebody healthy. It also entails having a strong agent support where agents are able to discuss the plans, sell the plans correctly. I always say this, people come into my office all the time looking for different jobs, and, when we train people the Apple way, we're training them on all aspects of the job. So it shouldn't matter if you're meeting with Sharon Zilberman, or you're meeting with Mark Fine, or you're meeting with any one of our 98 other agents. We all sell it the same exact way. And by having those controls in place, we are sure that the member understands what they're receiving, and we answer all of their questions ahead of time. Of course, we're there to answer questions all year long, but we find that if we sell it properly, the questions are answered
So
properly.
thank you. Yeah, thank you, Sharon. This has been a great interview. I think people learned a lot from you. I just want to make sure everybody calls. I'll give you the number where their office is in Boca Raton. It's 561-614-2400. And you can, of course, get them on the web at appleinsurance.com. And we certainly thank you so much for sharing all this with us. And have a happy holiday.
You too, and we'll see you at the next expo.
Absolutely.
Thank you so much.
Everyone come. Remember, January 22nd, look for the big Apple Insurance and Financial right in the center of the whole hall. Okay, see you soon.
Thank you.
Bye, Sharon.
Bye now. Bye-bye.